Hello, I'm Olof.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Elize.
And we're from Amaranthe, and you're watching The Age of Metal.
Hello everyone, this is Miguel with The Age of Metal, and I'm here with Elize, Jake, and Olof of Amaranthe. How are you guys?
We're great.
Yeah, we're awesome.
All right, today is pretty much tomorrow will be the last day of the tour. A week, almost 15 days? Almost 17 days?
I think so, yeah. It's been 11 shows and 16 days in total, I think.
Yeah.
All right, closing up with the tour, how has been the tour for you guys so far? Like, encompassing and putting everything together, how has been this first headlining tour of Amaranthe in the United States?
It's been great. It's been fantastic. Like over our expectations, and received from the fans, all like the venues we played at. Everything has been great. We're so happy to be here.
Yeah, it's been a great success. It's been pretty much packed every night, and it's always a little bit difficult with the US. We really had no idea what to expect because the first record was not here in the States, and then we released a Nexus, and it was received very warmly here in the States. So we're following up on that, and it's completely exceeded our expectations so far.
So you guys are surprised that it had such a response?
Yeah. It's not surprised, but you never know, because like as we've never been here before, we have only more or less released one CD, and we released that CD in March. So you never really know when you go over to a brand new market what to expect. But it was all over our expectations.
Well, that's a great thing to hear, pretty much. And so far, which one has been the craziest crowd, and which one has been like the most kind of like shenanigans plays that happened or something that happened over these 16 days?
Definitely Toronto was a complete riot, that show.
Yeah,
there was a lot of people being thrown up on the stage, and in general the fans were awesome.
Yeah.
But we never ever want to say anything bad about our fans, so I'd say that all the other shows comes in on second place, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but I mean that's really true, because the American audience has been a lot more loud, a lot more active than I was expecting, especially for places like New York and Boston and Philadelphia. I mean, obviously very big cities, and they get a lot of bands there all the time, so we don't expect them to be that excited. But there's been a lot of excitement at the shows. The kids know all the lyrics perfectly, so it's pretty mind-blowing.
That's great to hear. Well, last March you guys released the second album, The Nexus, which has a great response in the United States at the level of iTunes. So far, how you can describe, for those people that didn't have the chance to see Amaranthe, couldn't go, you guys didn't went there, how you guys describe the sound of Amaranthe?
It's always a hard question to answer, because we put so many different elements into our music. We have the really heavy metal and the death metal, and on the other side we have pop and almost ABBA style. So it's
quite Swedish.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. What would you say, Olof?
It's a combination of everything that is good.
Yeah.
All right. Continue on the Nexus. The album has a lot of bright and positive lyrics. How was the writing process for this album?
We just sat down, pushed play, rec, and then we were done. It took about 46.15 minutes. Yeah.
Exactly. Wow. No, it was much like the first album. There was some kind of breakthrough success with the first record for sure, but we wanted to keep that writing process, like hanging out at Jake's place or my place, or just me, Elize, and Jake sitting down with either like the keyboards or the guitar. very, very relaxed atmosphere and not too much pressure. We wrote the Nexus album in 6 months compared to 2.5 years for the first album, so it was a lot.
What was that?
quicker.
I mean, like longer to write the first album and shorter to write the second album.
I think we were just trying to find our sound. We spent a lot of time, and we weren't stressing it. We weren't in the business of building a band at that point. It was just me hanging out with Jake and drinking some beers and play some guitar and see what happened.
Yeah, back then we just wrote the songs for ourselves, and sometimes it took like 6 months where we didn't do any music at all. We didn't even talk about music. We were just out drinking beers, and all of a sudden we sat down and drank beers and accidentally hit the guitar and wrote another song. But it's funny that you said that the lyrics on the Nexus are positive, because when I read them, they're not very positive.
When they sound positive.
They sound positive, yeah, exactly. But that's it. This is what I mean. For me, it's not that positive, but for you it is, and that is what is so funny when you don't really go out and explain what they are about. That every human being can choose by themselves what the lyrics is about. I think that is cool.
But I think it's definitely like pep music. It's even if it's not so positive, it's like it wants you to feel like I can do this, or give you strength and power and positive
exactly.
energy.
I guess you could say that it describes a lot of negative situations or bad stuff that happens, but it encourages the listener to do something about that. I mean, if you take a song like Razorblade, for example, it's obviously a very it's trying to lift somebody up, to pick somebody up. So but we're trying to cover, just like with the music, we're trying to cover all spectrums of emotions as well with the lyrics.
All right, Amaranthe is one of those few bands that has 3 singers. I mean, it's not too many bands.
The only
pretty much.
Anybody else?
Why 3 singers instead of just 2?
What?
Why 3 singers instead of 2?
It was just a pure coincidence. As we told you before, from the beginning, it was just a funny project between me and Olof, and we wanted to invite people and friends from other band and maybe do like an Avantasia project, like an all-star project from Gothenburg metal scene. And we invited Elize, we invited Andy. I had already put my vocals on 1 song or 2 songs. And when we mixed this down, we got the result, and all of a sudden we realized that throw this thing aside and let's try to do this as a band instead. So it's just a pure coincidence, and here we are like 3 years later in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Warm as hell.
Calm overhead.
All right.
Not bad.
Amaranthe has a lot of influence because you guys have come from different backgrounds. I mean, you've been in bands like Dream Evil. You still on, I think, in Dragonland.
Yes.
And Elize did some vocals with Camelot in the past. All those influence. Do you think those influence shape the sound of Amaranthe, or is just simply just the background that you guys have?
Yeah, I would say it's more the background that we have. Obviously, Elize comes from a completely different world than me and Jake, musically speaking, but also within each band member, we have a lot of different influences, a lot of different music styles that we listen to. Already when I was a young metalhead, I was also listening to a lot of non-metal stuff, a lot of pop stuff, a lot of electro stuff or whatever. And Elize has been into like Kiss and Queen and some hard rock music, and even for Andy, who's like a total death metal dude, he listens to a lot of non-death metal. He loves Fall Out Boy, for example. Probably gonna kill me for saying that, but so we all have very diverse backgrounds for each members as well. But obviously, since our backgrounds are so different, it's gonna influence a little bit, but it's more the difference within each person, I would say.
And you can totally hear that Bon Jovi been listening to me a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a big Bon Jovi fan?
No, he's a big Jake E fan.
Okay.
Yeah. You can totally hear that he's been listening to me a lot.
All right. One thing that caught my attention of you guys was the video clips. They are really cinematic, Hollywood style, and the question will be, it was how you guys came up with this stuff, because it's really kind of like come up from a movie, or it's just question of Patrick Ulis, the director of those videos that just go on action-packed video on you guys.
No, we robbed the bank, and it's kind of hard to just put it into our bank account. So
you have to spend the money.
So we have to spend it. So we
spend it on explosions and private jets.
No. It was actually me and Olof were sitting down and had the idea from the beginning. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it in a certain way. And one of the demands we actually had was to be able to present the videos in a cool way, not only just play in front of a white background and perform a song, because then people will listen to the song and then they can listen to it on iTunes. But we want to make videos that draws people attentions to it, and they want to see the video again, and they want to listen to the music again. But you sell two things. You're not only selling the video, you're also selling our video should always try to be like a trailer for a movie.
Exactly.
But we only take, like, if you have a Hollywood movie, it's 1.5 hours long. We only take the good things, and because that's the only thing you want to see, right?
Exactly.
We only have the explosions, the car crashes,
all the Michael-based stuff.
Yeah. We squeeze it all together.
Definitely, it's action-packed video every time that I see. I pretty much kind of like come to the idea of expecting explosions and car crashes and people on, really heavy arm and all this stuff.
And I have to say that, can I say that, Jake? But you ain't seen nothing yet.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So he has to be very afraid.
There's more stuff coming.
Yeah, there's more stuff coming.
Yeah.
And we robbed another bank, actually.
Exactly. Bank of America, I think it was.
No, it was Bon Jovi's home.
All right. Now, last year, I got the pleasure to see you guys for the first time in the United States at Prog Power USA. It was the first time that you guys played in the US.
Yeah.
How you guys remember that day?
It was a really cool gig, because it was almost not about to happen at all. We lost like the stage clothes, the computer with the backing tracks, and lots of different parts that we had to have. But we fixed everything in like the last second, and we actually flew in like a day and a half before, just to relax, see Atlanta, see other bands, and we did nothing of that. We were just working our asses off to get the show working.
And actually did. But for me, it sounds amazing.
Absolutely. But we really want to come back to Prog Power, because I think Prog Power is one of the best festivals in the world when it comes to arranging and having everything set up. It's a very professional crew there.
There's some very dedicated people behind that. And like Jay said, that the whole thing was complete chaos. And we had a replacement singer for Anthony from Night Rage. Exactly. And we ended up putting the backing tracks on an iPhone. So it looked like Morten was Facebooking in between every song. But I think that kind of probably kept us on our edge a little bit as well. It was the first time that we met our record label representatives here in the States, and everybody who was talking about it on forums, and we were talking to the record label guys, everybody seemed to really dig the show. So probably that whole troublesome thing really gave us an extra edge.
For us in the public, never happened. We never felt that there was any change in the sound.
That's good.
Okay, are you guys working in a new material, or this is a too soon question?
After this tour, we're going home, and like me personally, just gonna try to sit down in my new home, in my new studio, and write lyric, vocal lines, and melodies, and probably send them over to the guys so they can start writing on it.
Any plans of you coming with Camelot over the fall?
No, I probably won't. I'm not going to be on that tour since it's very soon, and they haven't asked me. But I'm proud of we have a lot of stuff with Amaranthe, and I need to focus on that right now. Okay. So
All right.
But basically, when it comes to like writing new stuff, I think it always begins with having a vision for the next record. And for me personally, and from what we have been talking about so far, there is starting to become a very, very cool vision for what the next album could be. There's like the first thing that we sat down and said was that the first two records are very closely related. They follow each other quite quickly, and they based upon the same style, only that the new record is like 150% of what the first record was. I think that the difference between album number 2 and number 3 is gonna be bigger. It's not gonna be the end of the world big change, but definitely want to put a lot of new elements into that. And we have some very cool ideas for it.
And it feels really great to be on a tour like this because you get so much inspiration, and it just like once you like, I'm really longing to start to write on new material for the fans.
So for what I seen, and I picked from you guys like to be in the United States. We will have Amaranthe more extended tour later on, probably, I don't know, 2 years.
No, next year we will.
Definitely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, we just want to go back here like as soon as possible.
Yeah. If we come back in 2 years, people will have totally forgotten about us. So.
All right, Elize, Jake, and Olof, thank you very much for taking the time to speak in here with us with the H-Metal. Really looking forward to see you guys again.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
good luck with the rest of the tour. I mean, I guess with the last day, I guess this is pretty much it. And looking forward to see you guys back. Really congratulations on a great album as the Nexus is. And looking forward for now that you guys tell me that you guys have already working on the new record. Looking forward to that too.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks for the interview.
You are gone to the highest bidder. Now you with a man that is gone, we're a sinner. Well, no one care about me. I am just a man meant to set you free. I try to make you a part of me. I even told you what would happen periodically. There is just something that I need to know.